So after the last video, we came up with this product, volume rendering of a vertebra. Now what we're going to do is talk about surfaces. So here's just the CT images with the mask that we created using the scissor tool in the volume rendering. So now we're going to go to 3D surface rendering, which is another module in Osirix. And what we're going to have to do is change the surface settings. So these settings are a little counterintuitive, so you have to play around with them a little bit. You can have two surfaces if you'd like. This is really useful if you want to show bone and then, like, say, skin, so you can kind of see the relationship between the bones. But for right now, I'm just messing around with this a little bit to figure out what we want. Decimate, so resolution makes sense. Decimate has to deal with the number of triangles that are produced in the surface rendering. Smoothing is the number of iterations of, I'm not quite sure the algorithm they use, but just a normal smoothing algorithm. So let's see what happens. So this looks pretty good, actually. This is kind of what I want. You're probably going to have to play around with them a little bit, but we do have some islands. It's not really that smooth on the top, but the rest of the bone looks pretty good. It's not going to be perfect, but I think that'll do, actually. So at this point, usually you're going to have to redo surface settings. One thing that I noticed is if you change the surface settings again, it doesn't really follow suit. What you're going to have to do usually is exit out of here and then go to 3D viewer and then surface rendering again. It's kind of annoying, but if you use that tip, it saves a lot of headaches and a lot of time. Anyways, let's say this is the surface that you like and that you would want to create a model out of. What we're going to go to is export 3D SR. They give you a bunch of different file types to export as. The one I always use is STL. There's different programs that use these different ones, but for me, I'm just most familiar with it. So I'll export STL, and you tell it where to go. Let's name this L5 Cyrix STL, and it's going to save it for you. And in the next video, we're going to talk about remeshing and different algorithms, smoothing algorithms, marching cubes algorithms, different ways in which we can clean this up, get rid of those islands, make it more smooth, clear up all the holes, etc. But this part's a lot easier than the volume rendering and cutting and whatnot. So I hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.